And welcome. Today we're going to be thinking about what kind of prep we need to do when we're thinking about having a headshot done. So the first thing before you find a photographer is decide on what kind of style, what kind of look you want and the you that you want to present. Like headshot photography comes, fashion changes over the years. 50 years ago it would have been mostly sort of like black and white portraits being done. Say 20, 30 years ago, the blue background was just everywhere. And today we quite often like more neutral sort of backgrounds, either the like black or white, or kind of like more sort of like neutral shades. I'm seeing one of the fashions at the moment is for kind of like a greeny taupe or a khaki almost. But that's up to you. So your choice. You decide on kind of look you want. So it's a really good idea to do a mood board, so you can sort of like go online, look at other people's headshots and try to find the kind of thing that you would like, what kind of style, what kind of look. Also think about like what kind of expressions, how do you want to present yourself. You can practice all of that kind of stuff in front of a mirror. It's a really good idea in our current world where everything is kind of like online, is to try to be as much in control of what you present to the world. So it's you making those decisions as opposed to forces beyond your control, because this is within your control. That's the really cool thing about it. So find the style and the look you want, and then you find a photographer that does that style. Or if you don't see anyone in your local area, you can then talk to a few, show them your mood board that you can have created and ask them if they could do that kind of style. Okay, so you've chosen your photographer, you've got a good idea of the style you want to do. The next thing now is to kind of prepare yourself for it, on the day of the shoot. So it's things like, what do you wear? I would recommend something sort of like plain, not too busy, not sort of things with loads of patterns or logos or big designs. Keep it sort of like plain and simple. The headshot shoot is about you, it's not about what you're wearing. Yeah, but maybe sort of like bring along a few different things, a few different colours. Something that kind of like complements your eyes is always good. So if you've got like blue eyes, maybe something sort of like blue. But neutral, sort of like not too bright colours either, because again they can take away from you. Like a portrait shoot, it's all about the eyes, to make it so that everything comes to that. So makeup and hair, don't sort of like suddenly go and get a professional makeup job. Don't go to the hairdressers that same day. It wants to be you, so the everyday, the real you, but maybe sort of like, best case. So if you wear makeup every day, just do your usual makeup. Maybe take a bit more care with it so that there isn't like splotches of eyeliner or whatever. Just do your usual thing so that picture ends up being you. That's a really important part of it. Same goes with, don't get the hairdresser and get sort of like the brand new hairstyle that you then don't feel that comfortable with. Obviously then in the studio we'll sort of like try to make sure that we're tied in, there aren't sort of like bits and things sticking up. Your photographer will try to sort of like notice anything that's off, stray hairs, bits of things like that. So we try to sort of do that together. And also we can post-production, we can take out little things like that. So you don't need to plaster on the makeup either. If you've got like a spot, we can get rid of that spot. Again, we don't want to sort of take anything away that's there all the time. It's picture of you that we're taking. Yeah, and the same goes for things like fake tan and stuff like that, or even sort of like hitting the sunbed. Don't sort of go overboard. Don't do it on the same day. Same goes with jewellery. Less is more. We're not doing kind of like a jewellery ad. It's about you, not the stuff that you're wearing. You don't want anything to take away from you, to take the attention off you. Okay, so now for a couple of caveats on that. So if you are someone who on there every day wears a lot of makeup, then fine. But if that is, that's you, that's how you present yourself to the world. Same goes with jewellery. If you've got loads of piercings and you chains linking everything up, again, that's you. You come as you. Same goes with, you don't own anything this dull coloured. If everything you own is like bright, if that's really you, then also fine. Wear that if that's really you. We can also then have sort of like big bright coloured backgrounds, to complement and bring out that, if that's who you are. Again, like I say, you find the photographer that suits your look, or ask the photographer that you have in your area to do that look for you. As a general rule, if that's not you, don't do it for the photo shoot. It's not necessary. Just you on your best day. That's kind of what we're looking for. So the next bit then is when you're in front of the camera. The tricky bit is to try to engage with that camera. We're used to dealing with people, and people are a lot easier rather than inanimate objects. We're trying to communicate to the people who see our headshots. We're trying to communicate with them a little bit of who we are. It's really important to engage with the camera. Don't kind of tune out so that you're not really there. That really makes for a very bland, dull portrait. So it's important to make sure that you are engaging with the camera and therefore the picture's viewer. And try to be, obviously it's a weird, strange sort of experience, we're not that used to it, although becoming more so, with camera phones everywhere. We're all photographed, like so many times during the day. So many people have become experts at, photographing themselves. You can use all of that to, really get you the best headshots that you can. You can do things like, playing with your expression, so, you can do, like the more serious expressions, or you can do something that's quite popular, which is like the smile with your eyes. In a variety of ways, you can just play with sort of like how big that is, so therefore you get a range of different shots to choose from. I think that's really important. Also, most photographers, as the shoot progresses, will show you the pictures as they go on the back of the camera, or on some shoot tethered onto a laptop, or so you can see it on a bigger screen, which is often really useful. It's a good idea, so you can use that then to kind of like self-fix your expression. Remember, if you're there and you're like doing this for every picture, try to relax that face so that each progressive, every time you go back in front of the camera, that you become more you, rather than, this is me doing something strange and unusual. I'm in a photo shoot studio, that's odd. We don't want that. As a general rule, we don't want that. We want to be, let's say, as comfortable and as natural looking as possible. Yeah, so different photographers all have different ways of kind of like putting you at your ease, or, but at the same time, that's kind of your job as well. It was interesting, I heard, it's the photographer's job to make the lighting nice, make the sort of like the background sort of like not intrusive, work out angles and things like that for stuff, but they're then there to capture a moment, but it's you as the sitter, the client, who brings that moment, who brings you to this deal, and it's a kind of a collaboration, each headshot, to make an image of the best version of you. So anyway, I hope these tips help, and good luck with your headshot.